Thanks for joining us. We are alive at 5, ready to get your thoughts on our story today. It is a national story that everyone is talking about, so we want to get you guys engaged with this one. But first, remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel and give us a follow on Facebook. That's how we get you guys involved in the conversation. I'm here with Jennifer Bellamy and Natisha Lance today. Ladies, this story went national over the weekend, and for very good reason. We're talking about an officer in Texas responding to a non-emergency call after a neighbor called a non-emergency line saying that his neighbor left her door open. So naturally, he was a little bit concerned. When the officer in Fort Worth, Texas, arrived to the scene, body cam footage released by the Fort Worth Police Department shows within seconds, he calls out and immediately fires a shot. The woman inside was playing video games with her 8-year-old nephew late at night. When that shot was fired, she was hit through the window of her home there. Atatiana is her name, and everyone is seeing that name on social media. There she is. People are remembering who she was, a scholar, a graduate, and really into her studies in the medical field. So, ladies, this story has really taken the nation by storm. Once again, a person killed in their own home. Again in Texas too.
Yeah, I think that's you hit the nail on the head with it. This has happened again, and I think a big factor for a lot of people that I'm seeing online is that this woman was just inside her home playing video games with her nephew.
The most innocent of things to be doing with her 8-year-old nephew. And I keep thinking about that little boy and the neighbor as well, because I see a lot of people talking about the neighbor. He said in an interview, it makes you not want to reach out and call law enforcement if you think something like this is going to happen.
So many people are saying they now feel like that if you can't even get a welfare check. And I think it's really important to stress again, he didn't call 911. So somebody came guns a-blazing for a non-emergency call.
Exactly.
So I think it's, really thinking about the nephew and thinking about this guy who thought he did the right thing, and like the number that he called and being a good neighbor.
That's what you want your neighbors to do.
Yeah.
And a lot of folks really talking about this. This conversation has been stretching since this first happened early Saturday morning. A lot of folks talking about this one. Vicki saying, just think of the neighbor, like you guys mentioned. If they had not called the police, that woman would be alive today. I feel sorry for the neighbor. I bet they won't want to get involved with anything outside of their home again. But someone responding to Vicki, this one from Ventricia, saying, no, if the trigger-happy cop, she says, was adequately trained, this would not have happened. The neighbor was concerned. We should all be able to look out for our neighbors. What shouldn't happen is a cop lurking in the dark, not identifying himself, and shooting through a window at an unknown target.
I think a long, hard look needs to be taken, a look at the way that law enforcement is trained. Because we've seen too many of these instances where there's less of a de-escalation process and quick to fire. Are the officers being trained long enough? Because it seemed like this officer, he didn't even announce that he was law enforcement before he fired that shot, which is a big no-no.
I'm at home, so I'm now afraid of you. Yeah.
And she's looking out the window, at least according to the 8-year-old nephew, looking out the window to see what's going on out there because she hears somebody who's in the bushes outside. A natural reaction that any of us would have.
Yeah. And the family member, the families held a news conference today mentioning that the little boy was inside, saw everything happen, has very good recall. He'll get counseling, but they are also saying that something is wrong with this, that the officer, they think, was very young. They called him a rookie, and they were wondering why he was responding to this type of situation in the manner that response was.
We have some stats on the officer here. So the Fort Worth police officer has resigned. Had he not, the police chief there says he was prepared to fire him. The officer still does face criminal charges and also could possibly face a civil rights violation here in this case as well. And the family does not want the Fort Worth department investigating themselves because you were the one on the side of that. So you can't investigate your own. He had been with the department in regards to your statement about him being a rookie since April of 2018. So pretty green on that force in general. So this is one that we sure you guys are following out there on social media, having conversations with your own friends and family about this. We want to hear your thoughts on this one as well. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We post stories every weekday. We'll see you back here same time tomorrow. Have a great Monday.